So welcome to this session. And today I'm going to share some experience on ACC and how does it implement with the ISO standard. So as we all know that ISO 19650 have a lot of components, a lot of things. And one of its components is Common Data Environment, which is CDE. And Autodesk provide a platform. A few years ago, we have BIM 360, and we still have it right now. And since May last year, we have launched the ACC platform, which means the Autodesk Construction Cloud. So if you are a BIM manager or you are the project owner, you want to apply the ISO 19650. So I guess you may be familiar with all these terms here, right? Appointing party, delivery team, task team, metadata, permission control. A lot of things you have to remember and understand. So in reality, how we implement all these terms, concepts, and workflow into our CDE with the ACC or BIM 360. Actually, according to my work experience, a lot of my clients, they're asking these 5 questions, such as the naming standard, permissions control, review and approval workflow in ACC, and how the information they can transit from one container, one information container to another. And lastly, how can we extract the activity record and reports from ACC? So let's take a look of all these questions. And first thing first, I would like to remind you that BIM 360 has been upgraded to ACC. Actually, there are 2 separate platforms, but ACC is much more powerful. And the subscription package, they are which looks very similar, such as Docs. They are also called Autodesk Docs, and Coordinate. Coordinate is for clash detection and merge the model. We name it as a BIM Collaborate in ACC. For BIM 360 Design, we name it as BIM Collaborate Pro. And 360 Build is the BIM Autodesk Build. Okay, and we have some add-on package such as the Autodesk Takeoff. Okay. And mainly today, we are going to focus on the BIM Collaborate Pro. The old name in BIM 360 is the 360 Design. Okay. So when you log into your ACC platform, you are using BIM Collaborate Pro. Basically, you will have these 3 modules, the Docs. You have the 3 modules, the Docs, Design Collaboration, and Model Coordination. Plus, you have some administrative module. They are Insight, Project Admin, and Arcane Admin. So the red highlighted modules, they are from BIM Collaborate Pro subscription. Okay. So the first question, how do we name the information container, such as the Revit files, the PDF, AutoCAD, etc.? ACC can accept more than 50 file formats. And when you upload or create some new folder, want to rename it according to the ISO standard, you can use our ISO 19650 default naming standard to help you in this case. So the standard have which follows the ISO 19650 standard, and you see that on the top, the preview of the naming file is according to the naming convention in the middle. So you see that we have project, originator, volume, level, type, row, and number. And the best things is you can tailor-make, you can customize your naming system. If you want to have more, if you have additional information, or if you want to add more things beyond the ISO 19650, because I know that many clients in Hong Kong, they understand the standard, but they want to customize or localize the standard for Hong Kong markets. And in this system, we also have some status code, revision code, and classification code for you to use. You can also customize if necessary. So once you have set up the naming standard for your projects on ACC, you can choose whether to apply on the folder. So you see the left-hand side, I have selected one of the folders, ISO 19650. So you see the click button under in the bottom of the folder icon, very, very small, very tiny. So this folder is compiled with the ISO naming standard. All the information, you see that on the workspace, I have 6 files here. Even they are a JPEG picture, they are Revit file or PDF, any types of files. If they want to put into this file to store, they have to follow the naming standard. Otherwise, what will happen? So imagine there is a new Callee. He just joined the team and he doesn't know, we're not familiar with the naming standard, and but he have to put the file in the ISO file folder. So we have a system named holding area, which is a temporary storage for you to upload the files here. So you can always go back to check go back to ACC with a correct name later. So they can change the name according to the system. And once it is finished, our ACC will extract the folder from holding area and put it into your ISO naming folder. Okay. The second question that being asked by clients are, how do we control the permission, the access in ACC? So in ACC, we have two major types of permissions. The first one is folder permissions. The second is issue permissions. Let's take a look at it. For the folder permissions in ACC, we have whenever you put the folder, any type of format, for example, the Revit folder, you put on ACC under the 01 ARZ folder on the screen, and you can set the permission. We have 6 grades of permissions that you can permit your user. So let's take a look. We have view, and then create. And under this control criteria, yes, some description, you can take a look. And the highest level of control is the manage. So you can add people or delete the folder or add folders. Yeah. So this is very handy to use. And project admin would have, or the BIM manager can control all the folder permission easily. And the great things is it can control by user, single user, by role, which means a group of people and a company. These 3 levels of control. Okay, and then the next things is the issue permissions, because we know that in reality, when we operate a project, we have a lot of problems every day. And we have markup in ACC, we have issues. When you talk about markup, which is a very simple highlight format, you highlight the problem and then that's it. However, if you want someone to follow up your case and you want to classify the problems into different types, such as clashes, design, or safety problems, so I would recommend you to use issues. In the issues, you see this is the summary table on Docs. This is the issue with unique ID with each issue, and you can see that many information here, such as the status, which is open, close, or void, and assigned to who to follow up this issue, and the date of these issues. And the best things is you can always click on the URL link. You see the placement right there on the right-hand side is the models or drawings or documents that reference that can be referenced with these issues. So on the right-hand side is the issues filter. So because I believe you may have hundreds or up to thousands of issues in your projects. So how do you manage, or how do you find a specific issue in a project in a year, within a year? So you can make use of this filter, and then ACC will help you to extract that information quickly. So not everyone can create issue. It should be allowed or give permission to do so. So we have 4 levels of the issue permissions, such as the create for my company, create for other companies, manage issues, and manage member permissions. The highest level is manage member permissions on the right-hand side. So we can see the table. They have many items under this issue permissions. Okay. So the last things of issue is, as you know, that ACC is very convenient. Whenever you have a computer, you have internet, or you have a mobile device, you can access to ACC and to check your model and issues. And actually, you can make use of the Revit Issues add-on, which means the Revit can connect with the ACC issues. So the only thing, this is free. This is a free service and tool for you to use. You can download it from your account management webpage, and then search the issue, Revit Issues add-ons, and then just install it. And then when you log in with your account, with your user account, you have the permission to that Revit model, you can see the real-time issues. They will synchronize with ACC with your Revit model. So you can see the problems, and then you can solve it immediately. Okay, so the third problem, I highlight in red because this is, I think, this is really critical, and this is many people, they're confused how to do it, how to do the review and approval workflow on ACC. Actually, we have the workflow on Docs named reviews. In BIM 360, we name it as a review and approval workflow, similar name, yeah. So you see that on the screen, we have the table, the reviews summary table. Each review, they have the unique ID, and we show you this is a closed or opened review. And you will see that the workflow, we have 9 types of workflows, of review workflows, actually. So let's take a look of it. Okay, so for the first 5 approval workflow, which means you have to go through to one reviewer, and then to another reviewer, and then the next reviewer, and then finally the approver to approve or reject your submission. And then from the 6th to the last approval workflow, they are the, from the two-step group approval and then the 4-step group approval workflow, they are, allows you to have co-reviewer in the same workflow. So we have total 9 types of workflow for you to use. Don't be scared by all these workflows, because I believe your BIM manager have already set up this workflow for you when you run your projects. So as a BIM manager, we have to go through 3 steps to set up the review workflow on ACC. The first step is you have to select who can initiate, can create this review workflow, such as a BIM modeler, such as some contractors, maybe some subcontractors, or or someone who have to submit something for you to approve. And then the approver, you can select maybe some company or some group of people, engineer, owner, or PM, etc. And you see that we have the time allowed on the right-hand side. So we allow them to go through the workflow with 3 days. So you can change it if necessary. And then next, for the second step, you can change the review status, which means when you have reviewed the document, the models, whether it is approved, reject, approved with conditions, etc., or you can add more status or results in your workflow. And then lastly, after the workflow is completed, after the document is approved, whether you want it to copy and duplicate to other location on your ACC. For example, if I want that file, after review, I want to put it on my publish folder. So I can select that folder here in the beginning, in the workflow setup. And then all my staffs, when they work on this workflow, they will, ACC will do this automatically for you. You don't need to copy and duplicate things. This is very convenient. Okay. So this is the introduction of the review and approval workflow. And then the next questions is information transition process. Okay. I think this is a little bit complicated to explain in just 5 to 10 minutes. You better take a look of my YouTube videos or some Autodesk videos on BIM Collaborate Pro. Because in our BIM Collaborate Pro subscription, we have a lot of features, a lot of great features, such as Revit Cloud work sharing, which is a real-time collaboration of the Revit model. You can synchronize your Revit real-time to cloud. And then after you have synchronized your Revit model, you can design, maybe you have already agreed a time to share your model to the team, to other task team, or to maybe to other engineers. And then you can make use of our design collaboration timeline to do so, to share your models, your IFC, your Navisworks, your CAD files, or other drawings into a package and share. And then those packages will be appear on the timeline in our design collaboration module. And when other teams, they they take a look of your models, your package, to decide whether they want to consume your model. They can use some review tools such as version compare or the model coordination tools to help. And when they find some problem, they can make issue on that design collaboration module as well. And once everything is good, is perfect to use for them to reference, they can click the consume button on design collaboration. And then the package, for example, from architectural sharing, and then structural engineer take a look and they decide to use that architectural package. When they click the consume, which means ACC will automatically transit those information or duplicate a set into structural team's consume folder. And actually, where this information or this package they are from the share folder on ACC. Share folder is the frozen folder that allows everyone to access, which is a public folder for the teams to collaborate, to review others' works. Okay. More details, please refer to my previous videos on YouTube or from our Autodesk.com channel. Okay, so after we go through the design collaboration loop, the round bubble, we have 4 steps: WIP, share, consume, and link model. Actually, these 4 steps, they when we are talking about ISO 19650, they have some information state, right? The information state contains WIP, shared, publish, and archive, right? Okay, so in this design collaboration loop, which is supported by BIM Collaborate Pro, we have go through the WIP already. And then once the WIP model is shared to the share POON folder on ACC, this is the second stage share. Of course, during WIP and share, they have some review process, and then they can make use of ACC issue, review, and markup tools to do so. And then once they've been shared to the folder from the timeline, and architectural designer, structural engineer, maybe building service engineer, they have to design and negotiate which package is already for the client to review and approve. This is very important because WIP or share, they maybe work very frequently. They update very frequently. And after some time, they have to reach some milestone. According to the master program, they have to select a version which is ready, which is good for the clients or for the owner to review. And then they can make use of that review function I just mentioned earlier to review, and then they can get the approve, reject, or approve with conditions. And once it is approved, the document can automatically duplicate to the published folder. And this is the published state in the information state. And afterwards, maybe under some milestones, which is ready to archive for asset management system or asset management model, they can go to archive. They can manually copy or make use of a transmittal or some review process, which is very flexible for you to define your workflow. Yeah. So the tools for review, I've mentioned some of them. We have three major tools for review. First of all is the version comparison. And then second is model coordination module in ACC. The third one is the traditional tool Navisworks. So for the version compare, which means let's imagine when I got the package from the architectural designer and the structural engineer, and then I want to compare what is the difference, what things have been added to your new package, to your new models. I can always make use of the compare function on ACC. This is an online function, and this would it will not slowline your computer performance. Very convenient to use. So you just compare version 6 to version 4 and then get the immediate results here. So you can see what things have been added, removed, or modified. And you can even export this record as a PDF as a backup information for you. And then next tools is you can make use of the model coordination module on ACC, which is similar as Navisworks, but not replace Navisworks. It would not replace Navisworks. It is a quick tool for you to do clashes detection from your existing model. Yeah. So you see that the matrix here, which means these 6 models, 6 models, and the horizontal and the vertical models, they're the same. And then you see the matrix, they show the incidence, the clash incidence inside this, inside this table, inside this position. Yeah. And then when you click on it, each incident may contain multiple clashes. For example, this wall may clash with this beam or some pipe duct, some 2 pipe duct. So they have 2 clashes in one instance. And if this is an issue, you can always create an issue to someone to follow up this case. Or you can click say that this is not an issue, and then it will not show again in your clash detection. And the traditional method to do review is use Navisworks, because Navisworks has more, you can customize your clash report You can do construction sequence. You can do quantity takeoff, etc. Many functions in Navisworks. So if for review, you can refer to my YouTube here. It is about 20 or 30 minutes tutorial to guide you through. But this is for BIM 360. We are working on the ACC function right now, and I believe it will be launched soon. Okay. So the last things that client always asks is, how do we keep track of the activity, the record, and how do we generate reports from ACC? Actually, this is very simple and easy. This is the ACC project, and then inside this folder, I have the Revit model, right? So this Revit model, when I click to this contextual menu, I have this button, Real File Activities. When I click on it, all the information, all the activities with this Revit model will show here. So I've copied, it has date, the stamp, date stamp here. It has the review workflow related to this model, and someone, POON, has worked something on the review. And even I view the model will be recorded, and I copy something to other folder. It can be kept track as well. So very detailed record. And all this record can be exported as Excel file. So you can download a report here. Okay. Finally, when you want to generate some reports, you can go to Docs module, and there is a reports function here. So you can see issue summary reports here. We have different types of templates for you to use. In addition, if you want to do a more detailed report with Power BI or other external tools which makes use of Excel data, you can go to the Insight module and then make use of the data connector. Inside the data connector, we have we allows you to run the data extraction according to your schedule. And after they have run the report, run the Excel file, and then you can download it and then put it to Power BI. And actually, you can go to this link. We have about more than 10 Power BI templates that works with the ACC and BIM 360. So they can be related to our forms and the docs, some admin activities and asset management activity as well. So you can get a very beautiful dashboard from Power BI. So for more details, or if you want to refer to our previous ACC and BIM 360 recordings, you can go to Autodesk Hong Kong YouTube. Or actually, I'm going to create a new series of ACC videos. You can go to my YouTube channel, and I will also give some tips and tricks on BIM. Okay, so that's all of my sharings. Thank you.